it's been good now since Adrian's actually.
Gordon and Keith grow plants together. They've been business partners and great mates for decades.
Things sort of really started to look up.
And you're about to see why.
I've been breeding orchids now for maybe 60 or more years. I have learnt an awful lot. I've made an awful lot of mistakes, but we have got to the stage now that some of the plants that we are producing, the flowers are world class, and we're pretty proud of this. I'm Gordon Giles, and I'm a nurseryman. The first business I was involved in, we were growing Cymbidium orchids. At the time, they were extremely valuable. Tissue culture came in, whereby you could produce them by the thousands, and the market collapsed completely. After that, I just grew flowers as cut flowers and flowers for the wedding trade.
My name is Keith Wallace, and I have been a nurseryman for the last 42 years. I was born in Darjeeling, which is up in the Himalayas. We had our chefs, we had our waiters, we had people to do all the cleaning up, we had the gardeners, and we were treated like royalty. My father had a critical medical condition, kidney failure. He had to get treatment, and Australia was where he managed to get that treatment. And that's how I ended up in Australia. It was the end of the White Australia policy. I found it very difficult getting a job, and Dad was in hospital. I had to then go out and sort of fend for the family. And the only job I could get in those days, without any problem, was a porter at Central Railway Station. And I thought, oh, goodness me, where have I come to? One thing led to another, and I found myself in the cut flower trade.
I was living here, and Keith was leasing a property, not next door, but the next one up. This is quite interesting, this new...
The ficus bambina. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I said, why don't you come down and we'll form a company?
And I said, business with you? I said, what are we going to do? He said, we'll start a nursery. I said, oh, nursery, so I've got no experience in the nursery game. He said, don't worry. He said, I'll teach you what I know.
At that particular time, there was a huge demand for ferns and nobody else was growing them. And it seemed an opportunity that was just too good to miss.
Within 3 months of having done that, we sold out of everything that was ready to sell.
But like everything, the market kept changing. And as it changed, so we moved off into other branches.
Here we have the Chinese money plant, known as Pilea peperomoides, and this plant is extremely in demand at the moment. So moving along, we come along to our variegated monstera, another plant that is extremely rare, and if you can buy it at all, recently one sold on eBay for $2,300. We also grow the golden philodendron, which is the heartleaf shape, and the Monstera adansonii. These plants are all on social media, and we do keep an eye on social media to see what the trends are.
Dieffenbachia is a very popular plant. It's been around for a very long time. It is tough, it's hardy, it's excellent in the house as it can stand really hard conditions. The next thing is Monstera deliciosa. This is called the tropical fruit salad because the fruit tastes like a fruit salad. If it dries out, it might look a bit yellow, but it just doesn't die, and that's why it's popular. Now, Boston ferns, they have been popular since forever. In your great-grandmother's day, she had a Boston fern in the house. Now, another plant that's sort of, I think, nearly reached its peak is Ficus lyrata, the fiddle-leaf fig. It's a good, tough plant, but it really grows into a fairly big thing, and its use is a bit restricted because in offices and things it's excellent, but in the ordinary home, it gets a little bit too big.
Here we have a begonia, a beautiful begonia called Begonia lightning strike. which perhaps your grandmother would have had in the collection, in fashion then, back in fashion again now. A beautiful plant indeed. And we come across to a watermelon peperomia, Peperomia sandersi, and known for its watermelon as watermelon because of its markings on its leaves. The other forms of peperomias we do grow are the Peperomia emerald ripple green form and red form, and then we have the Peperomia pink lady and a Peperomia clusterfolia, all very popular.
Keith and Gordon certainly have some beauties there. And
Because more and more people are living in high-rise, and because suddenly plants are the in thing, and there's this huge surge in popularity, for us it's excellent, because as long as we pick the right plants, we can sell anything we grow. We're only successful because we work at it diligently. Our soil mixes are the best that we can buy. We mix them ourselves because we can't buy anything that's good enough. We follow all the best practices. It's like anything, if you work at it diligently, you'll be successful.
The nursery itself is actually almost like a little family business itself, and I live a Christian life, I believe, and I'd like to treat people with respect, with dignity, with courtesy, with kindness, and I think that's all an important part of life. Yeah.
I think we're lucky is that neither of us are really avaricious and wanting more and more and more. We only work 4 days a week because we can earn enough money to live very comfortably on 4 days. And people many times over the years have said, why do you people only work 4 days a week? Is it a religious thing? And I've always said, no, it's a fishing thing. Keith looks after one. He's completely in charge of the selling and the finances. I devote my time to the growing.
So they're a lovely plant. We've been in business since 1976, 77. It's all on a handshake, and we are still together. Respect, admiration, and the trust we have in each other has been probably our most important values that has kept us through.
I'm absolutely rapt. I have got the best life anybody could have. Really and truly. I have a beautiful woman. I have a fabulous mate. I have a good business. And life's beautiful.